It is his karam, his destiny, says Mukesh's grandmother, who has watched her own husband go blind with the dust from polishing the glass of bangles. So Mukesh's grandmother says that is his destiny, that is his karam, fate. And as if what she really explains or implies is, can a God given lineage ever be broken? Whatever God has decided, that's going to happen in our life. Born in the caste of bangle makers, they have seen nothing but bangles in the house, in the yard, in every other house, every other yard, every street in Firozabad. What really happens everywhere is spirals of bangles, sunny gold, paddy green, royal blue, pink, purple, every color born out of the seven colors of the rainbow lie in molds, in heaps, in hillocks, in unkempt yards. Unkempt means not properly arranged or say dirty yards, are piled on four-wheeled handcarts, pushed by men along the narrow lanes of the shanty town. So everywhere different color bangles are being sold in these houses of Firozabad in the ghats. Every house is heaped with these bangles. Everywhere the production of bangles is going on. In the dark hutments, next to lines of flames of flickering oil lamps, sit boys and girls with their fathers and mothers, yielded, wielding pieces of colored glass into circles of bangles. Their eyes are more adjusted than the light outside. That is why they often end up losing their eyesight before they become adults. Now, this is the situation everywhere there, that they are making these rainbow color bangles and they are working in the dark hutments and in front of the flickering oil lamps and flames of flickering oil lamps. And while these boys and girls and the fathers and the mothers all are busy in this work of coloring of the colored glass into circles of bangles, their eyes lose they lose their eyesight because they are not used to light, they are more used to the dark. Now one such example is given. Savita, a young girl in dress, sits alongside an elderly woman, pieces of glass. Shouldering means joining. As her hands move mechanically like the tongues of a machine, she has been used to that work for such a long period of time that her hands are working like tongues of machine. I wonder if she knows the sanctity of the bangles she helps make. Sanctity, the holiness of the bangles. It symbolizes an Indian woman's auspiciousness in marriage. It will dawn on her suddenly one day when her head is draped with a red veil, is covered with a red veil, her hands dyed red with henna, that is mehndi, and red bangles rolled into her wrists. When she will become a bride, at that time she might be able to understand the importance of these bangles. She will then become a bride, like the old woman beside her who became many years ago. She still has bangles on her wrist, but no light in her eyes. The old woman said her had become a bride someday, but now she has lost the light in her eyes. एक वक्त सर शेर भर खाना भी नहीं खाया. She says in a voice drained of joy. Drained of joy means from which joy has been drained away, means without joy. She has not in her entire lifetime. That's what she has reaped. That's what she has gotten. Her husband, an old man with a flowing beard, says, I is make a house for the family to live in. Hearing him, one wonders if he has achieved what many have failed in their lifetime. He could at least build a house of his own. Nothing more yet done. Must be many who have not been able to achieve that much also. He has a regret, the cry of not having money to do anything except carry on the business of making bangles, not even enough to eat, rings in every home. In every home in Firozabad, the same cry can be heard. That is, not having money. Second, not having money to do anything except carry on the business. They could at the most business of making bangles. They did not have enough to eat also. The young men echo the lament of their elders. The wail, the mourning of the elders is echoed by the young men also. Little has moved with time, it seems, in Firozabad. In Firozabad, nothing has changed. Years of mind numbing toil. Mind numbing means mind becoming inactive, not being used. Toil means struggle, have killed all initiative. Their minds are not properly and they do not have the ability to take any initiative and the ability to dream. It has also taken away their ability to dream. Why not organize yourselves into a cooperative? I ask a group of young men who have fallen into the vicious circle of middlemen who trapped their fathers and forefathers. Now, these middlemen are the police and the bureau. They have trapped these bangle makers and a group of young men who are into the vicious circle of middlemen. They have also got trapped into the vicious. Vicious is opposite of virtuous. Have trapped their father and the same circle of middlemen who have trapped their fathers and forefathers. They say, even if we get organized, we are the ones who will be hauled up by the police, beaten and dead jail doing something illegal, and that is what they say. That even if we try to organize ourselves, what really is going to happen is that we will be hauled up by the police, we will be taking the initiative, and we will be put into jail for doing something illegal. There is no leader among them, no one who could help them see things differently. Their fathers are as tired as they are. They talk endlessly in a spiral that moves from poverty to apathy to greed and to injustice. That's all that they keep talking about endlessly. Listening to them, I see two distinct words I can say see when I listen to them. One of the family caught in the web of poverty, burdened by the stigma of caste in which they are born. That is one thing that I can distinctly listen. One thing is the family, one caught in the poverty. They keep talking about the poverty that they are suffering and burdened by the stigma of caste. Stigma is so much that they cannot get out of it and they keep talking about it. The other, a vicious circle of shahukars. Who are these shahukars? The middlemen, the policemen, the keepers of law, the bureaucrats, the politicians. These people, the shahukars, they keep complaining about them. Together, they impose the baggage on that he cannot put down. All these people put together impose a baggage on the child that the child cannot put down. He has Before he is aware, he accepts it as naturally as his father. Before he starts taking the burden and gets into the business of bangle making. To do anything else would mean to dare. If anybody tried to do something different, that was daring. And daring is not part of growing up. And it was not a growing up means they were not brought up in a way where they could dare to do something different. When I sense a flash of it in Mukesh, when I see that Mukesh has a hope that he can dare, I am cheered, I am happy about it. What was the daring that he was doing? I want to be a motor mechanic. He repeats. That was the learn. The garage is a long way from his home. I will walk. He insists. Do you also dream of flying a plane? He is suddenly silent. No, he says. Starting at the ground in his small murmur, there is an it has not yet turned into regret. He was embarrassed on replying, but it useful, he did not regret it. He is content to dream of cars that he sees hustling down the streets of his town. Few airplanes fly over Firozabad. So here we end the lesson. Read the lesson again and try.